Okay.
Yes, it seems this is you. Oh, fine. How are you?
Yes. Good evening. I'm fine. Good evening, ma.
Good evening. Wow, you're a very young woman.
How's your day going?
You're a very young woman. It's good to have young women. Come on now. You know, the younger people, the youth own the world
Yes.
now.
Well,
Are you
we're
in
trying our best.
are you in transit?
I'm just getting home right now. I had an event today to handle. So
Wow.
I'm just getting, I've not even come down from the car yet.
Okay, do you think we
I
can
don't
have it
want
we can
to.
quickly have it in the car, right?
Yes, I think so because if I have to go back inside the house and drop my son, he may start crying as soon as I drop him. He's sleeping currently. So
Okay,
his dad will just help me take him into the house. So I think I'll
perfect.
just prefer to stay inside the car.
I
Although
see.
that wasn't the plan. The plan was to give the proper location, but as he has slept now, the moment you carry him and try to drop him, he wakes up immediately.
It's
And I
like
don't want him to distract.
okay. Okay, perfect.
So I apologize for
Now,
this.
I should apologize too. It's okay. Well, I'm happy to know that
No, no.
I'm speaking with a young woman. And also, from the way you have spoken, you have a very supportive family. Your child is there. The dad is coming to come and pick up the child. Wonderful. So that gives you an atmosphere to actually, well, succeed, have some support to function in a calm environment. Well, kudos to the dad. I'm sure if he's hearing me anywhere, I'd like to thank him
Uh,
for supporting a young woman. Okay, I'll give you
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll give you 2 more minutes so that you can just sort what you have to sort. Go ahead. Go ahead, but I'll just be
Okay.
talking. I'll be chatting you up. Just take your time. Yeah.
Okay. Tó bá ṣe tán, màá gòkè.
Okay, are we ready?
Okay, ma.
Okay, he's gone with the baby, and the baby didn't cry.
Yes, sir, I'm ready, ma.
The baby didn't cry this time.
No, as soon as they drop him in the house now on the bed, he's going to wake up.
Let's just.
The only reason he may not wake up immediately is because he hasn't slept throughout today. This is his first sleep since morning.
Okay, I see your bandwidth is very low. So let's do what we have to do. I do not know why your bandwidth is very low. Okay, but it's picked up
Wow.
again. It's picked up again. Okay,
Okay.
I'll start by introducing myself.
Okay, ma.
Well, my name is Dr. Vera Ngozi Oshokoya. Well, Veronica actually is the full name. When I was about your age, I tried to make my name sound a bit younger by cutting off the Veronica into Vera. So you could call me Veronica Ngozi Oshokoya. Okay? And by training and by nature, I'm a marketer. I'm an advertiser. I'm a publicist, a public relations person. I am someone who likes to promote businesses. So I have strong entrepreneurial skills. So, and I am a teacher. I try to teach what I know, what I have experienced by virtue of my exposure and over time, from the job, on the job, from school, from the classrooms, from my home, from life experiences, I try to bring it to bear and I'm able to pass it on to generations such as yours. And I also have worked in various places. I've worked in private and public sector. I retired recently as a director in a federal government institution, and I decided to go into consultancy and mentoring, developing people's entrepreneurial skills, and then passing on what I do. By the side, recently I've started doing a lot of businesses. I also I come from families where there are some sort of business, and from this I learned. From experiences of life, I also learned how to run businesses. I'm very careful with funds, and people see me as very loyal, dependable, reliable, and trustworthy. There is a lot to me other than this, but because we actually have, for each of these sessions, we have about 45 minutes to run. So I'll give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to me. Remember, this project takes you beyond just me and you talking. It takes you to the global space, so that this is an opportunity for you to tell the world who you are. Wherever I go, I carry this information of what we have discussed. I send it on the handles, the social media handles, anywhere that I am able to place, any opportunity that I know can be of advantage to you, I also carry it. And you can carry it. Some of your friends will see it, and some of your friends can. And you can also share with family and friends so that they can also, it becomes a case of each one tell another. Okay, so let me meet you.
Okay. Once again, good afternoon. Good evening, ma. My name is, I just got married 2 years ago, so my name used to be Oshunkoya. So now I've changed my name, so I'm now Tomori Olushola. I'm from Osun State, and I have my educational background in mass communication from Redeemers University, and my master's from UNILAG, University of Lagos. I've been into my current business. I have a 9-to-5 job where I work as a secretary and a PA to the chairman of a real estate company. And I also run my own business, which is Event Flavours. Event Flavours is a food and drinks company registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. We are into food and drinks. We produce healthy drinks and food, and we also make finger foods and cocktails, mocktails for events. So that's what Event Flavours is basically into. We serve healthy drinks to our target audience is the women, because they're the decision makers of the home. They are those who make decisions as to how their families feed. And so we are targeting the women as passing out the message of healthy lifestyle through her healthy juices and food. So our healthy juices and foods help us to preach the gospel of healthy living to our target audience. So basically that's what Event Flavours is into.
Wow, perfect. I like the fact that you studied mass communication. It's a good course to study. It's a course that makes you very versatile. Once you're able to communicate, once you're able to speak, once you're able to present yourself before people, it's easy for you to sell anything and anything. Okay, so congratulations that you did. But what did you do your master's on? Did you study mass communications also at the master's level?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, perfect. You must be a very brilliant young woman, because to have a first degree in mass communications and to have a master's in mass communication is not easy. Huh? Congratulations. You have a 9-to-5 job in real estate.
Yes.
Now, how do you combine this job with Event Flavours?
Well, my job isn't so tedious as to not be able to combine it with Event Flavours. It's a 9-to-5, yes, but it's also flexible with my weekends. And I have people who work for me if I have to do events during the week. So I have a team I can call on. I have a supervisor that can head the team in my absence. And then the job still gets done to the best of our ability.
I know that is good. You know why I'm saying it's good? Once your attention is not divided, it means you do not have any issues with your employers. But then again, the good thing about it is the fact that you can assign responsibilities to people who can carry on your dream of what your private business is. But what is not right is the fact that people do if you were doing a side job of the same real estate, then that's why it's not right. So what you're doing is not in any way in conflict with the 9 to 5. Okay, so I congratulate you for thinking out of the box to think of women, because who you're targeting is the home. The home determines the world, and the women actually, in a very normal society, the women are the real ones who actually know what the home deserves and how to treat and deal with the home. So, good idea, wonderful idea. You're still young. It's a time to grow your business. I tell you sincerely, what I can see from you is that what you're doing by the side is something you're passionate about. So can I ask you, did you have any formal training in doing food and drinks, finger foods and all that? If you had any formal training, fine. If you had, could you let me know what led you into this particular? Why did you become passionate into going? Why didn't you do something else other than food and drinks, special drinks, healthy drinks, and all that?
Okay, have not. I wouldn't say I've not had any formal training. I've had some trainings done by some who are into the business, but I do not have a certification for it. So, but the reason why I went into food and drinks basically is because I'm the kind of person that likes to try out new things, and I like to learn skills I could do with my hand. So I like to learn hand skills. So Event Flavours came up as a result of me thinking the amount of sugar we consume on a daily basis in the name of fizzy drinks does absolutely no good to our body. So I thought of starting my own business to do drinks that are naturally produced without preservative. The word preservative has been the driving force for my business. Preservative, I know they say it's not so bad for the body. We have a lot of companies who put preservatives in their products. But my purpose for starting Event Flavours, because I started with healthy drinks, I started with Zobo, was to produce drinks that are natural without preservative. Because even with the preservative, we are still consuming something that is not so good for the body. So I started Event Flavours with Zobo, and then along the roadway I added tiger nuts drinks, and recently I started with cold pressed juices, tamarind juice. They are all naturally produced freshly. Once a customer makes an order, we do not produce down. So they are always very fresh, and there are no preservatives, and they are all natural.
Fantastic. You see, I've spoken to a lot of women recently, a lot of young people like you, and I'm really getting very excited about the wealth of knowledge all of you know. You have now. It means that the future indeed is very bright for most of us who are aging, so it means indeed I can come to you and say to you that, okay, can you look at how I am? Can I tell you my habits? And then can you recommend, just like a dietitian? Can you look at me? I will listen to my situation and recommend what you think I would be needing.
Yes, depending on what the situation is, I could recommend some drinks for you to take on a regular basis. So you dish fizzy drinks that have no added advantage to the body, like I will say.
Okay, fine. No, relax. You're not relaxed. You haven't told me the name of your business, Can you tell me what is,
Okay,
you haven't.
The name of my business is Event Flavours.
Okay, what is the name of your drinks? What do you call your drinks?
The names of my drinks are they are Flavours drinks, Flavours Zobo, Flavours Tiger Nuts, Flavours cold pressed juices, Flavours tamarind juices. Initially, I used to make soya milk and kunozaki made from millet. but I've stopped doing that because it was the least sold product we had then. So I decided to focus on those who were the most sold and the most ordered, which were Zobo drinks and Tiger Nut drinks, and which are still Zobo and our fruit juice is now topping the list of our most ordered products. So basically,
I,
all drinks are named Flavours drinks with the specific names of each drink.
okay, I realized that about 2 years or 3 years ago, there was a craze, like a boom. Maybe that was when you started for Tiger Nuts. And I understood that Tiger Nuts could increase libido. True or false?
True.
Sorry, this might be sounding a bit embarrassing to you. I understand that everyone who makes Tiger Nuts has a lot of male customers coming to order Tiger Nuts. Interesting. So which is your cash? Which is your cash
Yes.
cow drink? Which of the drinks
Yes.
is your cash cow drink?
The fruit juices.
Oh, the fruit juices, not the
Since
not
we
the not.
introduced it, since we introduced fruit juices, that has been the most sold.
Wow. Oh, so
Yes.
because
Then
you press the natural drink, there are no preservatives, it's natural,
yes.
and then you do not produce down, you produce on request. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, but if you have an event, I want to assume, because if your event flavors, I want to assume that you've had events, and as such events, there might be a requirement for you to make drinks, right? If you have events and you have to produce fruit juices, how do you have equipment that you carry? Do you have paraphernalias of the job that you carry to the venue to compress the juices, or you make them down in kegs and bottles to take to the event?
We could make some into kegs and freeze, because freezing is also the best way to preserve natural drinks. So we make some in kegs and then juice some depending on the kind of fruits they are. If it's smoothies, if they are smoothies, we make them down at the venue. But juices we can make into kegs and freeze to transport to the venue. But smoothies we make at the venue.
Okay, I don't know why I'm dwelling so much on drinks, because I understand that juices that are natural juices are very healthy. Now, let me go a bit to what you also said you do. You do foods, finger foods, and all that. What finger foods do you do? And which other foods do you do?
The major finger foods I do are the regular small chops, spring roll, samosa, puff puff, mosa, chicken, kebab. And the foods we do small gathering events for normal party foods.
Okay, tell me
Because
about. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I do not have equipment enough to produce to cater for a large audience for food. So
Okay.
that's why I've niched down to finger foods and cocktails.
Okay, now we've gotten the stage for this discussion ready. I know you do cocktails, you do finger foods, these fruit juices, and all that. And I congratulate you. And I also want to say to you that you're very well spoken, you're courteous, I can see. If you are just coming on the road and you're driving home after a hard day's job or whatever, maybe you went to church or you went for an event and you're still not looking roughened, I say to you, you understand what you are, you have a destination. So you have told me you do not have any formal training in this culinary arts practice. It is something you imbibed. You've had some trainings, but no certification.
Yeah.
I'd like to let you could go online. It's very important for you, because what we're looking at is a situation where people as young as you can have sign-ons. People can come ask you to come partner with them, but such people who may want to partner with you might be people of my own age brackets who do not have the time to do the business and want you to, and it is your certification that they will use as endorsement to be able to get. They will have their own certification, but they will also need your certification to say whoever is the line manager for the business has this endorsement. So it will not take you anything to, I mean, you are clean, you're decent, you're focused, you're intelligent, and you understand the basis of all these things. You just may need to have a little touch of maybe even an online training, because your job will not, I will not say to you, call off your job now. What you're doing is right, because you do not leave known to unknown. So you're still, it's gradually that you graduate, it's a phase into what you want to settle down in. Who knows? Tomorrow, you might decide to say the main thing for you might be real estate. Your boss will be happy to endorse you. And then the one you're doing out of passion will not be something that would be by the side. Okay. Can you cater for a crowd? Yes.
Yes.
What is the
I've
maximum
catered,
crowd? Yeah.
I've catered for events of 300 guests, 400 guests. That's the maximum I've done so far. In total, we served, for the 300 guests, we served cocktails for 300 guests, small chops for 300 guests. The same for the event I had for 400 guests. It was basically for finger foods.
Okay, I will try you out, and I will also recommend that some of the people who listen to this will try you out. Do you by any way have a plate of any of your meals with you there? No?
Ah.
I can take it from you to eat. Okay.
I actually have a pack of the small chops I served at the event inside the booth.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry.
And I was going to bring it out. I thought
Okay.
I was going to get it before 6.
Okay. Tell me the peculiarities of this catering thing that you do. What are the challenges? What are the issues? What are the beauties of it? What are the both negative and positive? Can you just briefly, in 2 minutes?
The positives for me would be me serving someone something that I know actually does something good to their body.
Oh, wow. Wow.
The challenges will be because I do not do it full time.
Yes.
I have to turn down some jobs that I really would love to go there by myself, not sending my team.
Oh, yes.
And then for jobs that I have to do maybe on a Monday, I can't excuse myself from somebody's business on a Monday. I wouldn't want someone to do it to me, so I wouldn't do it to somebody else.
Okay.
So those are some of the challenges I've faced so far.
Okay.
And then the consistency of getting new equipment as they come up.
Okay, very good. The equipment will come. So what equipment do you think now you would like to have? What particular equipment do you think you would like to have? It's possible that somebody who would listen to this might just have the funds to throw around and want to invest in your business. So it's also possible that a bank or a finance company can listen to this and feel, yes, or a foundation can listen to this and say, okay, yes, we're growing young entrepreneurs. You know, I'm sure you've heard of people like Tony Elumelu Foundation and all that, you know. Such persons. Perhaps I can also connect you to a link. You may just be lucky to be one of those who win the 5,000 grants of Tony Elumelu. You know, yes, $5,000. It's done. A lot of young people that I know had won it. You know, some of us even attempted through the first stage, second stage. The questions are tedious, the training is tedious, but it's an experience of a lifetime. Whether you get it or not, it's not experience. No bit of that training is lost. And there are many and many more people like that. So what equipment do you think you would love to have to enhance your competence?
I've noticed sugarcane juice is the most tapped natural juice we haven't really tapped into. I've been longing to get a sugarcane juicer, and its cost is around 300,000 to 350,000 as at late last year when I still checked the price, because I always check every time I remember I still need to get this equipment. I always still check on the price, and the price is still something I can't afford. and then to also get some catering utensils, which they are chafing dishes.
Yeah.
There are always new ones on a regular basis.
Yes.
Serving dishes for properly placing my small chops at events. I still use the regular old ones, but I need to upgrade, because the more you upgrade and then showcase your upgrades, people tend to see you more and trust you to give them quality services. So those are two major things I'm looking at: sugarcane machine for juicing and upgrading sharpening dishes.
Okay, can you tell me about table setup? How do you uniquely, when you come to, for instance, a wedding, you enter a wedding hall, especially the reception hall. Some of the things that add beauty and glamour to the setting of the wedding, it's the setup by caterers or juicers or healthy drink people like you. Is there any special thing about yourself that, makes anybody who's seated in the crowd want to say, this is this event Flavours? I must go to event Flavours. Yeah. What makes you stand out?
We try as much as possible to do decorations, although I'm not good at decorations yet. Recently, this past 2 weeks, I've been trying to enroll for a decoration class, because I need to add more knowledge on decoration. I really do not do table setup for events for caterers, because caterers do most of the table setups, you see, because I do not cater for large events. But for my bar stands, I try as much as possible to use good flowers to attract, to keep the stand looking attractive, and my waiters are properly dressed. So basically, that's what I do for now. I'm still looking at enrolling for an event decoration class.
Okay. I think you would need to contact the administrator of this program and see how you can get maybe a negotiation such that when your program is being transmitted online, some glamorized adverts of your food and your drinks can also be brought, so that when someone is listening to this conversation, the person can by the side or time to time, but it's between you and the person. Mine ends with my discussion with you to prop you up. Now, can you tell me, is there anything that can make you turn back from this business?
No. If I wanted to give up, I would have given up.
Perfect. So I like that. So there is the person who fights and run away lives to fight another day. That is what makes me. Like I said, the story of my life is such that I never give up. And as you're speaking to me, there is something that I've never sold to anybody. Sold as the person takes it away. It's a smile, even in the midst of distress and all that. I try, and then I must be presentable. I try to glamorize myself. I try to make sure that when I come in, you can't ignore me, and I try to make sure that when I'm around, there's something about smelling nice, having a nice fragrance, mild and nice and attractive. And then your way of speaking, your comportment is very, very key. Are you a problem solver in any way? Hello, Shola? Your bandwidth is low. Hello?
As much as I can, I try to. I do not run away from challenge. Hello? I can hear you, ma'am.
Yes, I can.
I can hear you.
I wanted to know.
So I said as much as. No, you can't speak.
I wanted to know if you can say to yourself boldly or to the world that you're a problem solver. In which ways do you think? Have you had a problem just quickly tell me a problem that you think you've encountered that makes you think you can boldly say to yourself that you're a problem solver.
To a large extent, I would say I am a problem solver because I'm the kind of person that do not give up easily. Yes, I may be down at the moment of the situation, but I quickly pick up myself, try and check the next possible solutions I can provide to any problems or challenges I'm facing, and then I move on. So, but I can't really put a situation to it currently.
Okay. My advice to you is, from the way I've had this discussion with you, it means you're a very focused person. You're a very intelligent young woman, and I give it to you. You're very intelligent. Your English, your syntax, your grammar is very perfect. You have good training. You know you have a very strong listening skill, because I try to see if you have that by interjecting you. And each time I try to interject you, you're calm. It is a test to know what if a customer is trying to maybe show some anger or talk over you, you are able to be calm to listen. I like to say to you, keep this listening skill is very good. You can plan. Obviously, you are a very good planner. If you can work on a 9 to 5, and you can still coordinate this, and then you can plan. If I met you unawares in your car, and you can still grant this discussion with me, I'm saying to you that you have the skills and competencies that can sell you. What you need to do, as I said earlier, is to contact the administrator of this program, because you are positioned for success. All right? You just need support and encouragement. For any organization that gives soft loans without high interest, you take such loans. I like to encourage you. Loans kill, but loans also make you survive. You'll need to contact an organization that will not, or if you can take a loan from an individual, but see, integrity is key in this kind of business. You take a loan today to do a big job, you return the money as at went due, you take another one and you keep returning, then you have built trust and reputation. Okay, so there are ways you can get some loans to support your purchase of equipment. All that, I'm sure I would also speak with the administrator of this program to put you through, and perhaps to connect you to some people that we have relationships with who give loans. You understand? Who give loans that will not kill you. But if you feel the interest rates of those loans are heavy, look to other directions that you can obtain some loans. Look towards partnership. Somebody, you define the ratio of the sharing, and then you look at organizations such as television stations, radio stations, print and advertising, print media, and see if you can partner with them. If they have events such as Children's Day, National Day, Independence Day, you take a percentage of their catering. Once you do that catering for them, then it means indeed you can have some adverts. Okay? So it could be 50% money, it could be 50% adverts. All of that, if you speak with him and he can contact me, I will let you know, because I've worked as the marketing director of Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. I have had occasions where I had Children's Day and I didn't pay. Some I paid, some I didn't pay. I had events for sponsorship, soccer tournaments and all that. And I got caterers, I got people doing all this. And if your bill is 100,000, what I could do, pay you 50,000, you take 50,000 at advert, then you give me 50,000 worth of goods and services that you offer. That way, what you have done, you are expanding your horizon, okay? But in doing this, discuss a cost, because you cannot quantify how much the value of, because if you go on YouTube, for instance, on this, you're there for the rest of YouTube. So you cannot quantify the volume of your advert. So look at decorative, good, presentable foods or occasions that you have done. Discuss with him. Let him give you a bill. So when we're talking, when this is being edited, he can flash your foods. As when you are at an event with your men and women who work for your ushers, you put a bit of that by the side, but it will come at a cost, not at this. But because you know, I take it up, for instance, he's going to send it to me. I share it with my friends on my platform. I share it on my Twitter. I share it on my Instagram. I share it on all my social media, and you don't know who else is listening to it. So I said to you, you have bragged for me, and I'm happy. I like it when people who have their competencies can brag, okay? And can I encourage you to say to you, the sky just tells to you, this is the place to start. Focus, but sincerity in what you're doing and who you're serving, who has allowed you to have time for your own things by the side. Remember that integrity is very key. And then a woman is a woman by virtue of the resilience that a woman, and I'd like to say to you, when a woman is in business and you sell your morality to a customer, that customer takes advantage of you but will never come back to you on issues about money. So I always advise people, especially young women that I talk to on this kind of things, on this kind of discussions, keep your dignity as a woman. Do your presentation, do your business, be humble. Yes, no one will see a woman as beautiful as you and not want to make passes. But it's for you to nicely say, I'm sorry, I'm not available. You keep tilting the person to the job. You understand? To the job, to while you are discussing. So I'd like to say to you, it's been wonderful having to meet with you. Speaking with you, I've known your strengths. Your weaknesses is in the areas of what the economy has driven us to. But those weaknesses, there will be ways to resolve them. It is doggedness, resilience, commitment, zeal, and perfecting. Perfecting by way of training, perfecting by way of trying to see where you can get support and encouragement. We have less than 1 minute to go on this show. And you said you were Oshokoya. Did you say so?
Oshukoya.
Oshukoya. So when you said Oshukoya, I said, oh my God, is she my in-law or something? Okay. All right. So wonderful meeting you. And my love and sincere best wishes to your child and to your very supportive husband. Remember, this is audit and support questions, self-auditing and support questions towards enhancing your capability and competencies in your business, but take advantage of the adverts that will come with it. Do you have anything to say as we run?
Well, thank you so much.
Okay.
I picked up 1 or 2 things from your emphasis on integrity.
Oh, yes.
Something new in town is about to change your baking and pastry experience. Introducing Veggie Bread and Cakes. On our menu we have standard loaf, jumbo loaf, sardine bread, fruity bread, coconut, and so much more. Our cakes are super yummy and good value for money. Our ice cream and popcorn, all prepared in our hygienic location, are also the best in town. Our products are NAFDAC certified and they are prepared with love and are also tailored to suit your needs. For your weddings, birthdays, and other celebrations, Veggie Bread and Cakes is your one-stop outlet to take care of your pastry and dessert needs. Feel free to pre-order or walk into our bakery for pickup. We are located at number 244 Iju Waterworks Road by Balogun Bus Stop, Iju, Lagos. You can call any of our numbers 0806 400 2323. Veggie Bread and Cakes, your preferred pastry vendor.